Bump that bass.
May offend you on the shit I slide into. Fuck you, sing it to the desert, tell you be cool. Hold out the pistols, roll by the cops and
Bump that bass.
What's up guys, Kingsley is here. So, this is a quick duel between me and Geartown. And as you can tell I sped it up, and I decided to do a voiceover this time. So, I'm running Hunters as usual. I started with Hunder. Summon Vylon. For those that have been watching these, you guys already know what I'm gonna do. Sync for 8. Or you could just, watch the commentary there. Anyways, so I basically show them like the herby derpiness of the Hunters to pull out Stardust and then beef them up to about 3,500, which is, not bad. Alright, so in my turn, his turn. And at this point, I'm just like, oh shit, okay. Let's hope he doesn't have a dark hole or something. I mean, even if he does, I can still negate it, but still, I really don't like taking Stardust off the field, unless I absolutely have to, but, them's the breaks. Alright, so I pitch the Seahorse, and I'm just like, what can I pull? I'm like, well, let's go with Maw. So I went Maw, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, cool, I can go Maw, T-King, then I can do like a partial lockdown, so no special summoning, and if he tries to destroy, I can just, Stardust. Now, when you're playing this deck, you have to be very careful when you attack face down, because a lot of the time, it'll be a Morphing Jar. So it kind of sucks, honestly, because, you swing at a Morphing Jar, you lose your hand. You get a new hand, but still. Now, with Hunters, it's not always a loss, but still, it really slows you down. Alright, so he Dark Holes, I negate, and I'm just like, shit. So I know I'm gonna get Stardust back, and yes, I know me and him kind of don't go through the phases properly, but that's alright. So he summons his Big Core MK2 and normals his Ancient Gear Knight, and he basically just swings on me. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I need to come up with something good, because I just lost my meta. Now I know Stardust is coming back, but still, I'm like, I don't like that difference, that 100-point difference. So, I'm just like, okay, hold on, how do I have? 5? Perfect, cool. Pot of Avarice, and I'll bring those babies back. And if you've played against Hunters, even Batterymen, you know how effective Hunter decks are at just basically reviving themselves. So in this version, as you can tell, I was running GBs, and I think if I remember right, it was just like a Beastie and a Ready. Now Beastie is spells and traps, and Ready is, I believe, it removes a card or a monster from play in the game. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. I just took a nap and I was resting up before I have to go to my second job. Anyways, so I go double Torg Guide into Acid Golem. I'm like, cool, now I got 2 turns before I start taking damage. Now usually when I do this, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I have 2 turns to pull something out of my ass. And at this point I'm like, cool, I can finish this game in like 2 minutes. I was wrong, but still. We're about halfway done here, guys. So, I swing, and then I swing again. The thing about Big Core MK2 is he won't die, he'll just lose a counter every time he attacks. Or, I'm sorry, every time he's attacked. Or technically, attacks or is attacked. But, he's not really counting them on his part. But I'm not too worried because I have advantage right now. I have field presence and hand advantage, so I'm not too worried. And anytime I verse a new deck, I always try to get them to talk a little bit about it. That way I know how to play better around it. So once again, he's trying to get more Ancient Gears. And honestly, I think he was just using a fun deck. I don't think he was playing anything competitive. Whereas my Hunters are like semi-competitive. Okay, stand by. I have to detach. And to me, it's a little upsetting when people will do his spell. How he didn't just kill it, he just left it on the field. Because a lot of people try to misplay or try to cheat you like that. Like when you're not looking, they'll set it back face down. Alright, so I pitched Thunder. I got 2 Hunters. And then just MST's back row. Which I'm glad I did, because that Magic Thunder would have fucked me up pretty good. Alright, so I'm just like swing. And it's like, okay, damage. And he's just kind of biding his time, because I know he doesn't want to lose. I'm like, alright, swing, swing. I'm like, alright, end turn. Because I really don't have much I want to do right now. I could go herpy derpy, but not quite yet. I have to wait a turn because of Thunder's yours. Alright, so Geartown. I'm just like, I don't like it, but I'll work around it. Alright, and this is where I go herpy derpy. Now, for those people trying to build the deck, you really need to focus on one thing. And that is, what do I want my deck to do? Do I want it to swarm? Do I want it to burn? Do I want massive field presence? Do I want it all? Now, if you want it all, you're going to have to put in a lot of time building a deck, because you're going to have to learn how to manipulate the field and the hand and the grave and the banished zone really well. Now, the reason elemental dragons are so good is because they do all of that with their giant beefy beaters. You know, the Tidal, the Tempest, the Redux, the Blaster. So I went Ouroboros, and honestly I've taken that tech out, but still, it's a good card. So I bounced one of his cards, because he has 3 effects and you can only use 1 each. So I bounced one of his face downs, which was, you know, kind of stupid, but whatever. Because I didn't want him to bring back his big core. When in doubt, bounce face downs. You know, unless the face up card has massive presence. So at this point I'm just like, alright. I don't want to, but let's swing at Stardust. Oh, yeah. The other monster you want to watch out for that's face down is usually Raikou, because Raikou really sucks to swing into. Alright, and he says good game. Alright guys, and that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. King's Hunters out.